Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Atom RPG where we totally have to explore the Stalker camp now because I'm excited. Hello, who are you? Sticking out a corner of his dry yellowish tongue, this unshaven man in Stalker garb fills with a tiny metal cube. He's either trying to crush it in his huge hands or split it in two. Doesn't look like he can make up his mind. When he sees you, he hides the cube in his pocket. What do you want? What's the cube for? None of your business. The man barks angrily. Oh, come on now. I'm not asking you because I want to steal it. I'm just curious. Failure. Yeah. Sorry. Let's talk about something else. Let's get back to the questioning. Who are you? None of your beeswax. Buzz off. What are you doing here? Like everyone around here, I'm a stalker, but I don't take kindly to metal harvesting and other get-rich-quick or get-shot-in-the-process schemes. I'm the last romantic stalker around this place. I'm interested in the secrets still hidden in old hospitals, hotels, and government warehouses. The risks are high, but the loot can sometimes be very interesting. Did you know this homeless person was just talking about me? I'm the last romantic, don't you know, and the last soldier of the Soviet Empire. It's good to be acknowledged, even in a hellhole such as this. Vile, terrible place full of ugly man-children. What does anything have to do with you, Grandpa? You're weird. How's life? It's okay, no matter what you hear. Sure, kids and old people would never survive long, but grown men and women who are tired of listening to bosses and gang leaders actually enjoy it here. Death by radiation poisoning or mutant talent is a possibility, but it's the price we're willing to pay for freedom. Rumors? The funniest rumor I heard is this. A few months ago, some journalists from Trudorad came to the Dead City and started inviting stalkers for an interview. Those who agree got the following questions among many others. Is it true that stalker women are kept hidden underground by stalker men and also wear beards? Okay, apparently we're dwarves. Let's change the subject. Cube, can't do the cube thing. Okay. Ooh, is this the entrance to the metro or something? Ah, interesting. Hello. A hefty bearded fellow is silently drinking black coffee from an old tin can and smoking a cigarette. He slowly turns to regard you and smiles as you approach, but it's clear his mind is someplace else. Hey there. Welcome to hell. Hi, what you thinking about, big guy? Well, suppose you were stalking around the Dead City and God forbid you lost a leg. Suppose a monster tore it off, for instance. Whose fault is it? Yours? The monster's? Is it not monsters at all? Nobody's to blame, shit just happens. The stalker takes a long drag of his cigarette. It exhales a thick cloud of smoke and spits on the ground. Well, that's not news to me, to be clear. I think the world is fair at its core. Nothing bad happens without a reason. But because you messed up somehow. The world's attitude towards you is fair in its neutrality in every event, good or bad, is a product of your actions. The man takes a swig from his coffee can, then studies the black liquid suspiciously. But the thing is that sometimes shit happens to crush this illusion of a fair world. I had this buddy called Carp. You know what happened to him? A weirdo serial killer murdered him up. People say this maniac smacked Carp on the head with a brick, dragged him off to a basement or whatever, and tortured him to death. How could that happen in a fair world? Carp wasn't even stalking some dangerous place and he never had any enemies. He was having a smoke just outside of the base. That isn't fair. Yeah, since I create ups for other substances, that isn't fair. Maybe, yeah, shit just happens sometimes, we can't do anything about it. Thanks for the reply. I gladly chat with you, but I've got too many questions in my head. I haven't asked anything yet. That's right, you haven't. I've got too many questions floating around. You have nothing that I want. Shit happens. I have to go. Happens? Shit apparently happens. Shit happens. Hello, who are you? Whoa, your hair is impressive. The eyes of the unshaven, red-haired young man jump from one thing to the next, as if he's waiting on a punch in the gut. Seeing you, he takes his hands out of his pockets and starts talking really fast. What do you need? Are you here to trade or what? Or are you here to finish what Misha Altaisky started? I have friends here, just so you know. Now this is what is called being completely off your rocker, dear child. Quite a serious illness, despite the comical name. Don't make fun of me, old man. If you had my life, you'd act even crazier. I just wanted to talk to you. You can ask your questions, I suppose, just to see everyone as my enemies nowadays. What's your name? I'm Dubravin the Merchant. Oh god, I feel that soon someone will chisel that name into the rock that will mark my grave. Why would you think that? What are you doing here? Can't you see my backpack? I'm a merchant. At least I try to be one where I'm calm enough. Nowadays, I'm so anxious I barely spend any time trading at all. Tell me about this place. It's the Dead City, a graveyard of old tech and radioactive waste. A haven for terrible creatures. But back in the day, I at least had true friends nearby. Now even that's gone. Rumors? They say that somewhere in the city there's a buried computer. A copy of Lenin's brain made with all sorts of pre-war tech. It's energy called Villain AI. When its proud creators finally turned it on, it taught them how to find a peaceful solution to the war. But before the postal service could deliver the instructions to the Kremlin, the bombs were already falling. Yeah, right. Can you give me a discount? Damn it. Why are you so nervous? The man looks at you with surprise and goes all pale. as if recollecting something horrifying. It happened a few days ago. I thought I'd drink a few vodkas with the guys, but when I neared the harbour, a bullet whistled past my head, and then another one. I ducked into cover. That's when I took out my binoculars and saw Misha Altaisky shooting at me with his Vintores. He was shooting, screaming, and flailing around like a crazy man. Why would he do that? Why? We drank together just last month. We were really we were friendly too. What did I do to that bastard? Why did he want to kill me? And who will be next to betray me? Sister, sis, buddy, friend, amiga. Please find out why he did what he did. I beg of you. Not knowing, it cuts me like a knife. When a friend fires upon a friend, the reason must be quite good. I'll check it out for you. Let's take a gander at your wares. Indeed. 9mm rounds, I like it. Okay, we're starting off strong. I'll take those as well. I'll take these the R rounds as well. A homemade grenade. Ah. Okay. And he's got a normal grenade. Pretty cheap too. I'll buy all of that. Thank you. I will give you the singy, the spoon, this. I have lots of crap for you. I'm quite sorry. I'll have lots and lots of horrible, crappy things for you. Enjoy them. That, more wheat, the rutabaga, the sharpened knife, the triple cologne. This one? That is too much. If I take that out, that's not enough. Alright, I guess I'll just give you money. I'll just give you money then. I really could do with more freaking 9mm rounds though. About that silent, I need to be leaving now. Okay, cool. Let's equip the automatic pistol again. So we have at least a little bit of ammo. Do I want to? I'm gonna keep the Soviet Army knife on me for now. Okay, I've talked to all of those people. So let's go down and see what's down here. What is here? What is below? I want to know. Oh, hello. Why is this first What are there? What the heck? Why are there so? What is happening? Also, why are there so many people? A small crowd is gathered on the platform, murmuring uneasily. All eyes focus on the corpse lying on the tracks. You make your way to the edge of the platform and scratch the back of your head. It's obvious the poor guy spread eagle on the ground died violently. A bearded, red-faced man sitting next to you is addressing an elderly, mustached fellow. Damn it, Curtis, another dead body. What the hell? The mustached man shoots him a dark look and purses his lips. I see that bomb. I'm not blind. He lost all shame now killing people under our very noses. You pick up a few random words from the buzz of the crowd. It's that maniac again, right here on the base. He lost all fear. You can't trust anyone. I'm telling you, we need to get out of the city. The elderly mustached man, whose name apparently is Curtis, spits on the ground and turns to face the crowd with a grim look on his face. Alright everyone, move along. Nothing to see here. Bomb, make a note. No personal items found in the body. Hey, someone take this poor sot to the morgue. Let the detective take a look at him. Jerky, where did you find him? Get yourself a drink at the bar and send someone to speak with you. As for the rest of you, what are you still doing here? Show's over. Go home. The crowd slowly disperses. Several beefy stalkers jump down on the tracks and start dragging the victim back the way you came. A couple of minutes later, the only people left are you, Curtis, and Bomb. Curtis is rubbing his temples. He notices you're still standing in front of him and addresses you tiredly. Like I said already, the show's over. Are you new here? Fresh from the surface, what's going on? A real shitstorm, that's what's going on. A real filthy shitstorm, and we're neck deep right in the middle of it. Welcome to hell, by the way. Can we elaborate? Lady, get off. Come at Curtis' case. He's a busy man. The mustached man gestures Bomb to stop. You want to know the details? Here it is. We have a maniac on our hands, a serial killer. We call him the Woodpecker. But Woodpecker. Okay. Why did you think it's a maniac? People get murdered left, right in the wasteland. No argument there, but here's the thing. It's true that people get shot by gangsters or ripped apart by mutants all the time. That's an honest way to go. We're ready for it, but it's something completely different. The killer is walking freely amongst us, and we have no idea who it is. What makes you call him a maniac? Okay, call him a maniac. His modus operandi. When we discovered the first body, we thought some crook just tortured the poor bastard on a whim. But then we found another one, and all the victims had the same mark on their bodies. Too peculiar for a common criminal, and too complicated for a mutant or animal. The detective can tell you more. I put him in charge of the woodpecker investigation. Why is it so hard for me to say the word woodpecker? Jesus. Where'd that nickname come from? All the victims had the same hole in their skull, as if somebody had punched through the bone with a giant beak. That's why we call him that. What do you know what the motive is? I'm not a psychiatrist, but maybe the detective can answer this question. He's the one investigating. Who is it? Another new guy just like you. He volunteered to help with the investigation. He's a smart guy, but so far his efforts has been in vain. Who are you then? Call me Curtis. It would be appear that I'm the man in charge here. Or not so much in charge, more like responsible. I'm negotiating with the merchants about selling items the Stalkers find in the Dead City. I'm coordinating the citizens in case there are some citywide decisions to make. I'm a self-appointed manager, so to speak. My name is Bomb. I'm Mr. Curtis' bodyguard. I protect him. Currently, this maniac is our biggest concern. Gotcha. Right. Hey, maybe you could help us. I need results urgently. The detective isn't cutting the mustard. What makes you think you can trust me? Why not? You look like a brave sort, and if you aren't Marie Curie, you definitely seem resourceful. I can see it in your eyes, but more importantly, you don't look like a maniac. I would imagine that they look like I imagine that they look like they just rolled out of their graves. It's a deal. Okay. I'm a detective myself, you know. Alright, you should start by paying the detective a visit. He's probably in the morgue now, examining the latest victim. The morgue is located next to the underground entrance. He probably came from that direction. You can also talk to Jerky. He discovered the body. He's in the bar now. Maybe he caught a glimpse of the woodpecker. I doubt it, but it wouldn't hurt to ask. Okay. Alright, so we're Metro now. Got it. Cool. We are Metro now. Yep, they're it's so Metro. They're actually living in the freaking... Oh, it's so awesome. They actually live in here. Don't mind me. Just taking your things. Having a look-see around. Being slightly nosy. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. Right, who are you? A thin grey-haired man is jiggling around in place, his hands dangling freely. Seeing you approach, he livens up and begins to speak in a cracked voice. Arms for a poor old man with no home, no hearth, who wishes only for some little bit of fun in his sad life. I was a stalker like you back in the day, missus. Why ask for fun when you don't have a home or a hearth? I'm talking about life itself, Baron. Eating, drinking is all that fun. Can you spare a few rubles? Got no money. The bum's lot made rest of what you personally go get a job. How about you go get some earn your money yourself? Well, you know, I'm what's wrong? Well, you see, I have this condition. The man lifts up his hands. They're covered in what looks like caterpillars and infected puncture wounds. How did that happen? It happened like it happened. Hey, can you spare a ruble? You have a 5 for now. Apparently my personality is not good enough for this. Damn it. Well, you. Hello. Ooh, you've got lots of junk in here. The owner of the underground shop greets you with a wide, seemingly sincere smile, points to his wares in a subtle way. Hello, friend. Let not the dangers of the Dead City scare you. Be they demons, radioactive winds, shadows, ghosts, vampires, or that woodpecker killer. I am sure that my wares will help you against all odds. How about a little discount? Ha! Yeah, right. That's not gonna happen. Oh, you have a hazmat suit too. I have one too. I found one. I found one too. Geiger. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. You have a Geiger counter, right? I kind of want it. I kind of want it. I'm not sure if it's actually useful. Because we've got this. We've got the freaking... We've got this thing. We've got the scanner thing, which never does anything. Really? It feels like. So I don't know if I want to get the Geiger counter. TBH. I think I'm going to hold off. You don't have any money though. Close it then. I want to chat. How's your trade? Could have been better, could be worse. The only thing to brag about is that my shop is much better than what they got in the snake's den above. People there go for the nastiest tricks in the book to smear the competition. I made sure they aren't allowed to go into the station. Alright. Let me ask you this. Where do you get your wares from? The city? No. Things from the city are sometimes quite irradiate, so I don't sell them. I get my wares from all sorts of places. Tudograd, Krasnoznameni, that Fargate downtown south. That Fargate town down south. The list of my providers is as long as the history of trade itself. Tell me a bit about our station. The safest place in the city, that's for sure. Well, naturally, the latest happenings made everyone a bit paranoid, but believe you me, this place is still safer than the rest of the city. However, there's no escaping the need to go outside once in a while. So I recommend equipping yourself. Any rumors? Well, homeless Sonia was hanged by the neck some time ago. Wolf the Stalker went off to hunt what he called demons. The looters changed the password to their base again. Merchant Duper have been believed to be haunted by a ghost. Alright! Yeah, that's interesting. Who are you? Who are you? A strong, tightly packed stalker walks around the station. When he notices you, he lifts his hat up and nods. Just tell me, you're not the killer, right? Me a killer? Nah, not a chance. Hope you didn't just lie now. But if you are the killer, I'll tell you this. There's no point in killing me. I'm so resistant to pain. Torturing me won't be fun at all. Lucky you. I feel like talking. I have some errands to run. A stone knife. Okay, you don't really have anything that I want. There's so many stalkers here. Why does nobody have 9mm bullets, please? A skinny, gloomy-looking stalker is hunched over, staring down at his feet. He looks anxious. When you come closer, the man greets you with a nod and addresses you in a high and slightly hoarse voice. What do you want, sis? I just wanted to chat. Could you answer a couple of questions? I see you talking to Cordus. What do you want from me? What's your name? The fellow utters his nickname through clenched teeth so as not to be overheard. Little. That's why they call me. Seems like you're not a fan? Ah, damn it. That's great. What are you doing here? I'm scavenging like everyone else. Is what we do here. What can you tell me about this place? If it weren't for the woodpecker's homicidal nonsense, I would give this tiny hell the highest rating possible in the Dead City. A solid 2 out of 5, but now I'm calling it a 1, which in comparison with some other places around here isn't really that bad. What's today's gossip? I'm tired of people's bullshit nonsense about Krasnos Namini. Civilization has restored itself to a point where people are too well off for their own good. That's why this weird mushroom society popped up, and goats cults where teenagers get blitzed on fermented beetroot and have orgies. The old axiom is true, you know. The human spirit is forged in pain and suffering. Sure. Okay. I better be going then. My personality is not high enough for these people. A white-shouldered giant of a man with a square jaw and a friendly smile watches your every move. There's nothing menacing about him, yet he still somehow unnerves you. Hello, little lady. For you looking for that serial killer? You do that. Who are you, big guy? Call me Rabbit. They call me that because I like eating rabbit meat. It works for me, you know. I hate all other kinds of meat. Pork, beef, canned meat, mystery meat. I'd rather eat dry biscuits than those kinds of meat. Funny little addiction I've got, right? What are you guarding? I was told to guard the entrance for a while. Why not? I answered. So yes, you are right. Any juicy rumors? There's plenty of rumors. I prefer the ones about Woodpecker the serial killer. Will someone catch him soon or not? What's the mood here? People became more nervous lately. The Woodpecker killings made everyone paranoid. I think it's funny in a way because people always died here like flies before any serial killer even showed up. You spot a red-haired woman from afar. She's standing near the entrance to the Stalker's drinking establishment, lost in thought. A moment later she notices you as well and gives you a smile and slight nod. This is when you realize she's not only missing an eye, she's also missing an arm. A sharp and shiny hook is attached to the stump on her missing hand. Hello. And a hello to you too. Is your name by any chance Larissa? Yes, I'm Larissa. Have you met? No, but my good pal who did meet you once asked me to say hello. Someone we both know. Who can that be? Don't tell me it's Vaska Zittail. Wait, no, it can't be Vaska. He was bludgeoned to death in the Mountain Pass of Woes a year back. Who is it then? Tell me already. I've no idea about any zit test, but a strange-looking old dude named Gavrilov asked me to say hello. Larissa's face relaxes into a genuine smile. Gavrilov! Don't tell me you're talking about the eccentric fellow who walks around in an ant carapace armor. Yeah, I remember him. He was quite the charmer. Always spoke about himself in third person, like royalty. How's he doing? He's good. He's settled in a little village called Red Fighter. Red Fighter? Yeah, I heard about that place. Did you just settle there? What does he do? Is he comfortable? More or less. What are you really hoping to see you again? The woman thinks to herself for a moment and nods. You know what? Why the hell not? It's settled. I'll head for Red Fighter as soon as I can catch a carrier on a ship from the Dead City. Alright. You've got lots of money. Good luck on the road. Thanks. The spirit of adventure has finally stopped nagging me all the time. All I wish for now is some peace and quiet. I should prepare for my journey. Bye. Bye, Larissa. Okay, my quest log is updated. Crazy with how life is in the post-apocalypse. Wasting can be sometimes. I don't know from Lisa, but she agreed to join Gavrilov and Red Fighter. I also visited again. Alright, this is the bar I see. Oh my goodness, hello. There's so many people here. Who are you? A smiling, round-faced man is looking around as if trying to pick someone out from the stalker crowd. He stops his search to address you before you even approach. Hi there, my name is Stanislav, but you can call me Uzorot. Nowadays, people keep calling themselves Boris the Bull or Constantine the Crusher, trying to seem intimidating, but I've chosen a nickname in honor of my hometown. I don't know if you agree, but I personally think this is a good reason for you to buy something from me. What a bunch of empty nonsense. Did the radiation sickness mess with your head? This buddy of mine once stuck his head in a pile of uranium on a bet. Since then, he kept singing obscene limericks and his eyes no longer blink at the same time. Now, Pops, radiation has nothing to do with it. I was born radioactive. Ha 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 ha. This is clearly tech delirium speaking. Textboard colossalalia. Terrifying. He's burned up on the inside. Cut the crap and buy something. What's that you're selling? Just ask. Let's discuss the things you're selling. The man's mouth grows wider than usual. He cracks his knuckles like a professional pianist. Right now, I have 3 items for sale. Stop looking around. I don't carry any bags because what I'm selling is information. I can share a rumor about a secret organization. I can tell you some gossip about world-famous celebrities. Or I can give you a tip about a profitable venture. But I'm not sure about that last one because it might involve some fighting. So I'm selling it for 500 rubles. The first 2 are 1,000 each. These prices are final, no haggling. The information dealer thinks for a moment, then slaps himself on the forehead and says, I almost forgot. I had a practically useless rumor recently, which I can let you have for free. Just show that I'm serious. How about the free information? You want to hear that nonsense? Sure, as long as you're okay polluting your brain with useless info. The new password to enter the looters base is Zigan. Got it? Zigan. But why would you want to visit those swine? By now they know what all circles look like, so they won't let you in. Give me your cheap hint. He looks indecisive at your money for a moment, but takes it anyways. Oh, but don't blame me. If the goods are faulty, I gave you a discount. People say that one of the local looters, Maximus his name, disappeared somewhere in the depths of the metro tunnels. Where and why, I have no idea, but the man himself I know well. He's loaded with all kinds of items. If you get him out of whatever trouble he's landed in, he won't be stingy with a reward. Secret organization. I won't repeat myself. As soon as the information leaves my mouth, I immediately forget it. How do I do this, you ask? Professional know-how, but as I said already, I won't repeat myself. Anyway, Atom denies, such as those at the very top of the Krasnod's Nami administration, always argue that should Atom really exist, someone would have discovered their base long ago. But if I were to tell you they were looking in all the wrong places, Atom isn't an army project, it's a navy project. And for that reason, it's located on a gigantic submarine, a nuclear submarine, atomic if you will, hence the name. By the way, they recently lost a whole fleet of reconnaissance vessels led by the disgraced sailor Goryachev, and now the paramilitary divers are actively infiltrating our post-Soviet society in order to hunt him down. This is 100% true. I heard from the lips of one of those same divers near Otratnoye on my way to the Dead City. A big guy wearing a navy blue beret. Should we say? Okay, tell me everything. I just want to know. I'll just spend all the money. We have so much money, it doesn't really matter. Between us, the death of veteran restaurant critic Ramdas at the hand of various wasteland chefs was a somewhat exaggerated affair. He said it in Trudogard, actually. It's rumored that if you say the word eclair before ordering, you'll get a nice discount from the chef, who was hated by waiters and cooks from Kamchatka to the hero city of Minsk. That was definitely not worth it. Alright. Oh well. That was definitely not... What's this? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not attacking it. Sorry. My bad. A black-haired man behind the bar slowly wipes the glass with a sharply chipped rim, cracks a raw egg into it, spits in the middle of the sickly pale yolk, and salt and pepper, then offers his delicacy to you. Wasteland oyster, the drink made for a true stalker. Only this to empty the glass in one cup and the right to chill out in my tavern. The bartender looks gloomy and confident, utterly serious. Several customers are waiting for your reaction with poorly concealed grins. Spitting in a glass as you polish is one thing. Spitting in the customer's drink is another. That is inexcusable. Well, maybe a lot of milky rivers where we come from. The tap water doesn't glow in the dark, but we have our own drinking culture. Do it. So disgusting. You muster up your courage, and before it can slip away again, snatch the glass from the bartender and empty it in your mouth. You struggle against the natural reaction of your body to this quote-unquote drink. But once the cold slimy goo touches your tongue, your gag reflex begins to kick like a wild horse. You double over a gritty gurgling starting from deep inside your belly, but nevertheless swallow the cocktail. The bartender looks totally freaked out. The laughter as customers rolls over you like thunder. Crap, you really did it? You're a crazy girl, but I like you. I was just pulling a leg about the drink, you know. We're not beasts here after all. But you want to chat? Trade. Talking sounds good. Who are you? I'm Beryl. Is there enough work here? Marginally more than a regular stalker has. This profit is minimal, is all things considered, but at least I'm not operating at a loss. What can you tell me about the base? What is there to say? The metro is a sound place. My colleague bartender Leka Selski from Kineshma says that people taking shelter in the metro could have survived even places that were completely bombed out, like Moscow. Now there's new high-tech Altarian society there. Tokens instead of money, subway cars instead of houses, glowing fungus instead of meat, things crafted by hand from rat, dog, hide, otherwise the tunnel gangs will cut you to pieces. Any rumors? There's a fort in the north called the Warlord's Fortress. It was originally built to protect the site of a future settlement, but it was never settled. Everyone went south instead, and the fortress became a magnet for mercenaries and gangsters. Anything else? Heard of some cult in Krasnod's Nami. How was it called? Ah yes, it's called the Mushroom Cult. They send out representatives far and wide, but only have one main base. That's weird. From a cabin that a famous criminal Malaga Boris the Fighter was born in the mountain pass of Woe. Okay. Jesus Christ. The veterans of the Battle of the Berlin Wall live in Krasnosnameni. Yes. I heard from McCartney in Krasnosnameni. Okay, that's it. Another question. Let's change the subjects. What's the story about that terrible mishmash you offered me earlier? A man come over a while back, name of Ramses the Cook. He ordered beer, port wine, and mere mixed pour, but he didn't like any of it. He started swearing, called me a funky fucking donkey. At first I wanted to offer him complimentary accommodation in our morgue, but a common sense got the better of me. So I asked his advice on changing the menu. He calmed down right away and even started smiling. The next day he returned with a list of dishes, each one stranger than the next. Skolja simmering in beetroot juice, mermaid fried with apples, tinned meat Chukotka style, and the word thinks it's beyond my skills, or to be frank, not worth cooking at all. Except for this cocktail. This first time I mixed it just as a joke, but I loved it. Some people want to puke just catching a glimpse of it, but I can't get enough, and I decided to use the fact I look like a shit. It looks like shit, like a mere practical joke. How about trading? Okay, 300. Ugh. Nope. Let's talk about something else. Let's change the subject. Talk. Okay. Nope. Okay, he's done. He is done. There's so many people here, holy moly. You see a stoutly built, middle-aged man. He's not different from the other inhabitants of the dead city, except for one tiny detail. The stalker's holding a long, thin cigarette rolled in white paper. The smoke smells of sweet mint. The scent makes you involuntarily arch your brow. That's an interesting cigarette. The man calmly puffs on, producing clouds of sweet-smelling tobacco smoke. These are from Trudograd. I buy them at the harbor whenever I get the chance. The stalker grins and carefully taps cigarette ash onto the floor. By the way, around people call me Fancy Pants. I think you can see why. It's good to see some faces. Nice to meet you. How do you like the station? The guys fix it up real nice. It's easy to forget this used to be a subway for moving people around the city. But take my advice, be careful wandering these halls. The kind of creatures roam. What do you know about the city? Let's get honest for a second. It ain't a city no more. Glorified ruins, more like. Who knows what it looked like before the war? I don't even remember what it was originally called. Shame all the old timers ran away a long time ago or died. Where did it come from? Pseudogod. I wanted adventure, and this is just a place for it. Any gossip? People say that all these shadows, the local mutants, have a queen of sorts. Some horrible abomination that keeps birthing more mutants that roam free in the city. But for what reason? I have no idea. Are you scared of wandering around all these abandoned places with a maniac on the loose? No one said being a stalker was some kind of cakewalk. The homicidal maniac is terrifying, sure, but our lives are in danger every day. Drew Bravin, the young merchant, thinks something is after him. Some folks are running a little protection racket. The local mob has shootouts on the regular, and I don't even get me started on the mutants. Everything is relative, I guess. Maybe the mystery killer isn't the biggest threat around here after all. Who knows? Time will tell. Nope, nothing to barter. And then the last person in here. You there. You see a skinny man holding a glass of the locally brewed moonshine. He gives you a quizzical look as he takes a sip and frowns. The taste clearly leaves much to be desired. Hi there. I remember seeing you standing on the platform. Did Curtis send you? Yeah. You're jerky, aren't you? That's me. Go ahead and ask your questions since you're already here, but I'm not going to write you a novel. I really didn't see much. Did you notice anyone suspicious? Next to the body? I don't think so, although... Jerky frowns is trying to remember something. Finally, he speaks, but he still sounds uncertain. They're in a tunnel on the right side. I saw something, a silhouette. Could have been a person, or at least something that looked like a person. It was standing there in the dark, a he or a she, I don't know, but as soon as I looked in its direction, it disappeared into the shadows. Hell knows, maybe it was just some random stalker or a mutant. Maybe it was the woodpecker. Could be. The body was still fresh. The killer might have been in the vicinity. What were you doing at the scene of the crime? What was I doing? I was taking a leak. I can't whip it out in the middle of the street like some animal, can I? Just because we're lacking a few of the amenities doesn't mean we're total degenerates. Okay, fair enough. Take a look around is the only way. Can you think of any suspects? The man bites his lip and falls silent for a second, then shakes his head. No, I don't know any potential maniacs. Damn it. I've never seen you before either. Well, who's to say you're not the woodpecker? You have no suspects at all. I find that hard to believe. Who should I suspect? I suspect everyone already. You can't fully trust anyone, not even that detective Kurt's hired. How are you doing now? Are you okay? He replies with an indifferent shrug. It's not like I haven't seen dead bodies before. But I do feel a bit uneasy. What if this maniac is somewhere close by? I found out everything I wanted to know. Don't go anywhere. Who do you think you are planning, Mrs. Bossman? That's just some friendly advice. It's for your own good. Alright, bye. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. So he basically saw nothing. Great. Good to know. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This area is just so... Oh my god. Hello, who are you? So many people! I did not expect this base to be this big. Holy moly. An unshaven man of around 30 is lost in thought. His eyes are extremely deep and smart, yet he himself is sickly and thin and half drunk. When he notices you watching him, he puts aside a syringe he had been filling and nods to you. Interesting, and here I thought only absent drinkers had visions of otherworldly creatures of beauty. I am drunk on pre-war vodka, I guess here you are. Shame on you, making with a smooth moves on a man's only daughter while he's standing right there. I'm sorry, but the beauty of this woman makes me lose my mind for a moment. You did offend me, you simpleton. You offered me a lot. Now I demand satisfaction. Have at thee. I won't fight you, though. Coward. Did you all hear that? This man is a coward. Okay, what the heck? Don't put the moves on me, buddy. The man backs off in a profoundly melancholy fashion. Right, I'm sorry. That was unprofessional. Why are you here? If you're looking for medical attention, I can provide it. I won't even ask for money, just a bottle of pre-war vodka. That's what I'm trading my skills for nowadays. Or do you become an alcoholic? Damn it. My personality is just not high enough. Questions. What's your name? You can call me Dr. Gorski. Why don't you accept money for what you do? Drink is highly valued in these parts. When our local barkeep runs out of booze, I sell what I don't consume for 3 times the price. How's life treating you? Sadder and sadder every day. Rumors? One time I treated a very strange fellow for burns. He wore a wine cork necklace and carried a knife with "For Sobriety" engraved on the handle. While I applied cream to his wounds, he laughed and said he got burned fighting for the sobriety of mankind. Sure. Okay. Sure. Who are you? Strong teddy-packed stalker walks around the station. Any thoughts on the killer and his identity? I suspect everyone but myself. Even the detective fella and quarters are not off the hook in my opinion. Not even Bomb. Even though he's an awesome guy. In fact, what if there's more than one killer? Can you answer some questions? Oh no, you're the one who doesn't actually say anything. Ah, member, I've talked to you though. But yeah, you don't say anything. Okay, nobody in that room. Goodness. This station just keeps going. Holy moly. A black-haired man in his 40s is leafing through a tattered paperback. When you come closer, he stops to shine a friendly, albeit mischievous smile your way. It's a rare sight among these surly locals. Greetings, my dear. Gosh of the Dragon is so glad to see you. Pink cheek, not yet broken with the oppressive atmosphere we live in. I would be thrilled to converse with someone like you, or even give them an important task. Hi, there's no sin in talking, I guess. Can you answer a couple of questions? Why do they call you the dragon? The man grins. Ha, definitely not because I'm a bloodthirsty monster who only loves his ill-gotten gains and frightening babies and stalkers. Sure, what do you do here? He laughs and reaches out to muss your hair, as if you were a child who said something stupid. You were unfortunately not quick enough to avoid his gently stroking hand. Nothing great, my dear, just doing my best to survive. God gifted me with a big heart, you know, so I've been helping out my brother and nephews, and many other people. I don't think of myself at all. I don't even remember how I made this fortune. Can you believe it? Keep your hands to yourself. Sorry, Betty, didn't even want to offend you. I'm just a habitually handsy fellow. Feudal surreptitiously jabs you with his elbow. This El Perro is very economical with the truth. Don't turn a situation into yet another fight. Why the whispers, guy? Sharing your secrets? I'll repeat, don't be angry with me. I just want to be friends with everyone. Okay. Only my mommy and the big bosses and Adam get to pet me on the head. What do you do here? Rihi, writing that question. What can you tell me about the station? It's a good place and safe. After a week here in my den, when I go out into the city to bring money to my poor family, I feel scared. Rumors? Have you seen huge ants or huge wasps? The turtles have gotten quite large in some areas too. There was a man staying at the tavern with his son who swore they even used to write them back in the day. Let's change the subject. Remember that task you gave me? You rest a hand on your shoulder. The task was very simple, my dear. I'll pay 300 rubles and give you some grub as well. I'll just get this message to my Ukrainian brother Sorsky Rachkan. The man with the page from a notebook with 3 words scribbled on it. He was stupid enough to enlist in the ranks of the looters, a bunch of local criminals. Now he's at their base where an honest stalker cannot go, but I won't give up until I persuade him to return. Why entrust me with this task all of a sudden? Why? Because I know how hard it is to get here. People spend all their money on transport, eat all their food along the way, and sometimes spend their ammunition too if their travel companions are disagreeable. Desperate newcomers make for trustworthy and diligent workers. You exploit people, but I need a job. Alright, give it to me. Right, you have nothing that I want. He gives you the crumpled sheet of paper and grabs your map from where it's sticking out of your backpack. He points out the site for you. Here it is, but it's not much point approaching the base from the surface. The guards are too lazy to distinguish between decent guys and guys less decent. You'll find a way in. Alright, apparently you have to go through the metro then. Next time! Thank you so much for watching. I will see you then. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.